This is Monster Maker Series Part 5, and these Monster Maker series are made for dungeon masters who are in the middle of monkeying with their monsters to create custom creatures for their D&D 5e games. Let's go ahead and get started with today's theme, Earth and Stone. What's going on, everybody? As usual, if you are not familiar with the Monster Maker series or these handouts or how to use them, please see some of the earlier videos like volumes 1 through 3. They go into depth about all of the things that you're going to need to do once you download these, which are primarily adjusting the difficulty class of certain abilities, making sure that the recharges are correct, and figuring out how many damage dice these things should be doing to your player party. And this is all very important because your player group's composition, their level, is going to affect how difficult things need to be for your own individual campaigns. And once you've figured out all that stuff, feel free to download all of the Monster Maker series. Today's sheet is Earth and Stone. So as usual, I'm not going to go over all of these things. I'm just going to pick my top 3 and share them with you here today. Feel free to download the sheet afterwards. Let's start with number 3, Petrifying Breath. Yes, my friends, there is not enough petrification inside D&D 5e. You've got your Basilisk, you've got your Cockatrice. These are just low CR creatures. Put Petrifying Breath on a golem, and your players are going to wet the bed. As hot mineralized gas exudes in a cone from this creature's gullet, and then slowly begins to form slag and crystals on their flesh itself as they begin to turn into a statue. I do love the way that 5e has handled petrification, so starting out, as soon as you're affected, you begin to become restrained. You're not fully turned to stone. This is going to give you some leeway in order to either make a second save or to have your party members help you out in some way so that you don't become a statue. Do keep that Greater Restoration spell on hand. My number 2 pick is Terran Radiation. We in the modern age know all about radon and other sort of natural radiations that exist from minerals deep below the Earth's surface, things that are harmful to humanoid type creatures, living biological creatures. But why not have an elemental made of this material? And it exudes this harmful radiation. Yes, indeed, I have created D&D Kryptonite for your players. As they approach this creature, they are going to need to make a Constitution saving throw or begin to take Strength and Constitution ability score damage. This is something you don't see a lot in 5e. It sort of replicates the Shadow's Strength Drain ability. If the ability score is reduced to 0, the player does die. But after a long or a short rest, alas, they have returned to their normal strength. And number 1 here, it's kind of silly in my opinion, but it's so much fun at lower tier gameplay, and that is Magnetized. Put this ability on a creature, and when your players attack it with non-magical weapons that are made of metal, they're going to need to make a strength saving throw or be disarmed, as the metal item is just magnetized to the creature's flesh, and it needs to be retrieved with a future strength saving throw. This is an absolute just fun and diabolical way to just add a new dynamic to your combat, something that the players are not going to expect, unless of course they find the creature and he already has several axes or swords embedded on his skin already. Feel free to use this just to kind of add a fun gimmick to your game. And as always, feel free to download all of the Monster Maker sheets. They're free. Volumes 1 through 5 are now available on the dungeongeek.wordpress.com. They're also available in the links below here on YouTube. If you have an idea for a new Monster Maker sheet and a new theme that you would love to see explored, feel free to leave a comment below. Until next time, you, of course, have been watching The Dungeon Geek.